alongside Ray Hudson. And for the first time ever, a sold-out Fernando Torres Stadium. Yes, that Fernando Torres. The Atletico icon, a favorite son of Fuenlabrada, where the stadium of the local club bears his name.
A wonderful tribute to the great man, and it's a wonderful atmosphere here. Not exactly the Royals' White House, but this will be rocking and perhaps rolling here tonight. Everything's in place. The locals looking forward to this match with Cata Diaz, ex-Boca Juniors man, looking across at young Llorente, saying, I'm going to have you for breakfast. Well, we'll see how it works out, because the mismatch in terms of the class between these two teams is obvious. But that's why they play the game.
Final checks for Iglesias Villanueva.
Several ex-Real Madrid youngsters as well going to be facing up to Zizou's men. He never gets a day off. All these players come in and they rotate the teams, but they never rotate the coach. I always thought that the assistant should be given a little bit of an extra responsibility in games like this, but Real Madrid chance of nothing, and see if they can get this tie taken care of in the first leg. Wonderful Asensio, sparkling player, back to Cata Diaz, growling like a T-Rex with hemorrhoids.
Referee just allowing the anticipation to bubble up. It is game on in Fuenlabrada, round of 32, first leg in the Copa del Rey. Alongside Ray Hudson, I'm Andres Cordero, and Real Madrid have made the short trip to get here. Just 20 miles south from the Santiago Bernabeu, past the neighborhoods of Getafe, Leganés, and Alcorcón. Fuenlabrada with a population of 200,000, and the club currently playing in the third tier of Spanish football, the Segunda B, where they're the second place team in their group.
I tell you what, Andy, I must have a little bit of money to play with, because this absolute pool table of a playing surface would absolutely grace the Santiago Bernabeu. Nice, neat little club, and a club that's been playing some spiffy football.
Under Antonio Calderon, the manager of Fuenlabrada.
That gentleman has got an interesting past that I'm sure we'll get into as the game goes on. A good look at him. Very interesting history.
Back in 2016, and he transformed his side into one of the best in the lower leagues of Spanish football. Real Madrid today in their home whites.
Have a look at these kids lining up with the moms and the aunties. Look at that stand there behind the thrower. Absolutely wonderful. Those are people outside of the ground, and they're standing on ladders just to get a look at the Merengues. The night the Merengues came to town, is it going to be historic? You smell upset in the air.
Well, they've expanded the stadium now to 7,500 seats. As of this morning, only 50 tickets remained.
Yep.
Says Juan Quero.
Those kids that didn't get the tickets are up there in that tree in that bottom corner there.
Out for a Kiko Casilla goal kick. It is four along the back for Fuenlabrada. Mikel Iribas, Cata Diaz, Armando Lozano, and Fran Garcia in front of the goalkeeper Jordi Codina. Luis Milla and Miguel Angel, the two central midfielders. Danny Fernandez, Hugo Fraile, and Juan Quero, the attacking midfielders. Dioni, the top scorer, leading the attack.
Antonio Calderon sending out, obviously, his full-strength team. Nobody rested, but they're missing one or two key players as well, Andres.
Ruben Sanz is the usual captain. Today, Luis Milla deputizes with the armband. And, of course, a chance to look at the 18-year-old Miguel Angel, who's been compared to the likes of Sergio Busquets, and be a metronome in midfield for Fuenlabrada. Four along the back for Zinedine Zidane as well, in front of the goalkeeper Kiko Casilla. Keylor Navas still nursing an injury. And the backline made up of Ashraf, Nacho, Vallejo, and Tejero. Marcos Llorente and Danny Ceballos, the double pivot with Lucas Vazquez and Theo Hernandez wide. Marco Asensio joins Borja Mayoral in attack.
Well, the best player in the world isn't here tonight, of course. Cristiano being rested and left home, but still, This place is absolutely packed to see the next edition of world class, in particular for Real Madrid. Marco Asensio is the one that's really full of wonderful promises. We see Dani Ceballos letting rip.
Having some issues with the ball, Ray. It's the second time they've swapped the ball out.
I was reading Pep Guardiola belly aching the other day about the condition of the ball. It wasn't my team, it was the damn ball.
Underinflated ball.
Come on.
Football has its own deflate gate. This is one back by Fuenlabrada. Armando Lozano, former Barcelona B player. Speaking of Pep Guardiola, he was at Barca B when Pep was managing the Barcelona first team. Back then, Luis Enrique was the Barcelona B manager. And American soccer fans may have had a good look at him when he was with the New York Red Bulls in MLS as well. Armando. Asensio.
Tackle.
Has his pocket pegged, and now Fuenlabrada looking to turn the defense into attack. Given away in the midfield is Llorente, who's there to intercept.
Obviously nothing to lose here for Fuenlabrada, but the truth of it is, Andres, they come in, as you said earlier, wonderful vein of form. Haven't lost in 11 games, so the confidence is absolutely coming out of the ear holes, but they haven't played a team like Real Madrid, and this team is a different kettle of sharks coming at them.
Llorente misplaced passes. He tried to get it wide to...
When I used to play in these games against, you know, the lesser lights, both in England and in the United States, and my teams, it would always be, well, the condition of the football pitch was terrible, and many times it would be manicured or dug up to make it worse for the football playing team. Not here tonight. Look at this place.
Simply
the roll
perfect.
of the ball, it truly is.
Here's Vallejo. Ashraf Hakimi.
A player that's looked very mature in his games, as sparse as they may have been for Real Madrid. Wow,
Sure,
magic!
once more from Fraile, but dribbling his way out of danger. Dani Ceballos, the former Betis man.
Well, I'm asking the producer now, can I rewind that, please? Absolutely beautiful skill.
Zidane would be proud.
Yep, pirouetting on the ball, hocus pocus. It's a good ball.
On diagonal switch over the head of Lucas Vazquez. And for a Fuenlabrada throw. Have another look, Ray.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Producer. Now you see it, now you don't. The feet continue to dance.
Just like the boss used to. Ceballos. Someone got tired of his dancing. It was Danny Fernandez, the Real Madrid loanee, facing his parent club. He brings down Ceballos.
Yeah, that's what your fancy tricks will get you.
Ashraf. Just poked into the middle for Marcos Llorente, swung into the area. It's Mikel Iridas who watches it through.
That's wonderful decision here by Danny Fernandez. He'd already taken a picture behind him and taken a look. Was that Arribas?
Yep.
It's Arribas, excuse me. Good decision.
Ray, as you mentioned, Fuenla starting the season with a loss to Deportivo Fabril, the B team of Deportivo La Coruña, but since then, not a single loss. 11 games unbeaten in all competitions, including the Copa del Rey wins over fellow Segunda B side Mérida and fourth tier Calahorra set up this round of 32 clash against the big boys Real Madrid.
Well, Fuenlabrada certainly got some very interesting celebrity season ticket holders as well. You were telling me before the game, Andres, the great Sid Lowe.
I had a chat this morning with the Guardian journalist Sid Lowe, who is a season ticket holder and doesn't miss a match.
Magic. The great football writers in the world, Sid.
Long switch of flanks to find Lucas Vazquez near side.
It's usually a great component about the English journalists. They like going back to the roots of the game. You know, Martin Taylor's another one that has his hands in the door of the lower divisions and enjoys it.
Ashraf.
Tell everybody who gets the opportunity to come to these games on their travels, both in Spain and England and in the United States, support the local team.
Brilliant ball in. Lucas Vazquez struggled to control. Borja
Considered their living legend.
Passed into midfield by Kiko Casilla. It's sent back into the middle. Fran Garcia, who gets it back now, Fran. Fraile. And it's Hugo Fraile. It's a team that likes to have the ball and knows what to do with it. Fuenlabrada. Danny Fernandez. Oh, that's the initial challenge, Danny Fernandez. Then brought down a free kick for Fuenla.
Good run.
66 days have passed since the last defeat for Fuenlabrada. They've now scored in 12 consecutive games coming into this one, 10 different goal scorers.
Double check. Got a wonderful space ahead of him there, and he takes the initiative. That's a good sign of the confidence coming out of Calderon's men, Andres. And again, one player he'll take on, he sees two, and he's still got the drive and the ability to dance between them both. Sets up this danger.
And that, of course, was the Real Madrid loanee, Danny Fernandez.
Cata Diaz, where are you? He's saying.
Swung in edge of the six. Dangerous ball in. Kiko Casilla caught out in no man's land, but Miguel Angel not able to redirect it on goal.
Nacho that's down here, and certainly Kiko Casilla comes to claim it, but the ball was bending away from him. The more he was coming for it, he realized he was going to get caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Here has to take out his teammate in order to get the ball. Take a look at this. The ball swerving in, and right here, oh man, that's nasty.
Oh, it's Ashraf.
Aye.
Catches the fist of Kiko Casilla square on the face.
His elbow, either way, it's a real...
Oh, it's a shoulder actually right into Ashraf. It's the ball.
The ball, he gets the shoulder.
After
double
4 replays, we have it clear.
Real heavy blows from the goalkeeper, and I thought it was Nacho, but as you said, it's Ashraf Hakimi, the Moroccan. He'll be all right.
There he is, the world's best manager. As FIFA have just given him the prize, but as is his way, he's done very humble in accepting the award. He doesn't consider himself the best manager. He's only been doing this 18 months, but what an 18 months it's been. Back-to-back European titles.
Stupendously magnificent is what he's been, Andy.
On swinger toward the spot. Miguel Angel. First shot on target for Fuenlabrada. Kiko Casilla gathers up.
Ribas.
World's best manager. As FIFA have just given him the prize, but as is his way, he's done very humble in accepting the award. He doesn't consider himself the best manager. He's only been doing this 18 months, but what an 18 months it's been. Back-to-back European titles.
Stupendously magnificent is what he's been, Andy.
On swinger toward the spot. Miguel Angel. First shot on target for Fuenlabrada. Kiko Casilla gathers up.
Ribas. Clear header. Dropping over the white shirts there, and just couldn't get enough on it. Easy pickings.
This is intercepted by Fraile. Kettle misread the bounce of the ball. It's rolled back by Vallejo. Segunda B, of course, the third tier of Spanish football after La Liga and the Segunda. This is a side that have ambitions of playing in the Segunda. They've never been to that level, but reached the playoffs for the first time in their history last season, where for the second part of the campaign were the best team in the league under Antonio Calderon. Ashraf to the middle looking for Lucas Vasquez.
Good anticipation.
This time it was the 18-year-old Miguel Angel. There's another look at the header. Again, it was Miguel Angel.
Good angled header as well. Look at this from this. It comes off his shoulder, but he'll take it anyway.
He is the pearl of the club's youth system. Born in 1999, Ray, just 18 years old. Helped the club to the Copa Federación last season, and they reached the final. Those not familiar with that competition, it's sort of Copa del Rey for the teams that aren't in the Copa del Rey, like the Segunda B sides and Tercera, which is the fourth tier. So he's rolled back to Luis Milla.
Nice support out at the back for this team here, not absorbing it all there, coming out of the long grass and hunting nicely. That's a good ball.
Excellent into the middle for
And
Kettle.
again.
It's Kettle through ball. Just intercepted at the last by Nacho. Here they come with Iribas. Luis Milla. This is one back by Lucas Vasquez for Madrid. Stepping forward, Luis Milla. Nacho. Sent wide for Tejero. Marco Asensio. So composed in the tight spaces, Asensio. Ceballos. Llorente. Marco Asensio dropping deeper into midfield.
Also, Copa del Rey has always, in my opinion, Andres been hindered by this two-leg situation, especially, well, not especially for the big teams, for all teams, all the other competitions of domestic cup football. You get one chance and you better be ready for the minnows. I think it just sets up a far, far better stage for surprise, drama and entertainment. But the Spanish authorities doing their way, and it doesn't seem like they're going to change.
It's a long-standing debate, and I use debate in quotes, as most people agree. It would be more exciting as a one-off.
Everybody, though.
Miguel Angel taken down.
I mean, imagine the responsibility for these players in the white shirts, these young boys coming out and carrying the royal crest of Real Madrid up against this Fuenlabrada team. The pressure, knowing that, well, you're not going to get Cristiano Ronaldo and Benzema to save your bacon. The next leg, we got to do it here. It ups the ante on every conceivable level. Having said that, it's a great opportunity for these on every conceivable level. Having said that, it's a great opportunity for these smaller clubs to make a lot of money. But
to that end, Ray, this is a side that work on a €1.5 million budget for the year. That's our entire operational budget. Today, they'll recoup 25% of that with Real Madrid paying a visit. Hernandez commits his second consecutive foul and a free kick coming up for Fuenlabrada.
I would agree with that, even carrying it a little further, Andres, if they got a bigger cut of the second leg. So when they go to Real Madrid, they get half of that gate as well, because, hey, Fuenlabrada will happily give half of this gate to Real Madrid if they're going to get half it to Santiago Bernabeu.
I mentioned this is the stage where the La Liga clubs enter, the big clubs come into this competition, and it is a bit of a lottery who gets Real Madrid and Barcelona. Well, the neighbors Fuenlabrada have won the lottery this time out.
Sure, they celebrated like cheerleaders on a trampoline after they found it. They were going to play Real Madrid.
Catapulted into the area. There's Cata Diaz just taken away. And the flag had come up against the former Getafe defender.
Just a little short. Alvaro Tejero there coming in and doing some good defending. Right in front of Cata.
Cata Diaz was a huge signing for this club. He was playing his football at Getafe and apparently wanted to stick around in Madrid, liked living in the Spanish capital, so reached an agreement to sign with Fuenlabrada in the third tier of Spanish football after playing 7 seasons in La Liga, most of that with Getafe.
Yeah.
To recall, he also won this competition, the Copa del Rey, with Atletico Madrid back in 2013.
That's right.
Danny Fernandez is upended. Here's another look, and Cata Diaz just offside.
Yeah. Tejero there, right in front, getting the clearance away.
Florentino Perez, along with the president of Fuenlabrada, Jonathan Praena, who's just 32 years old.
No instant replay video machines in front of El Presidente today.
No VAR.
No waitresses either.
Marcos Llorente.
It's a peach of a pass.
Find Ashraf. Leaning back on Asensio now. Give him freedom to roam. Marco Asensio.
Travelling fans letting the whites know now
Ashraf.
to get into gear. You hear the Madrid.
Just
There they are.
you got to see her there.
Top left-hand corner behind the goal. You'll see the white-shirted throng.
Lucas Vasquez. Ceballos. Good ball forward for Dales. Upended outside of the area. Dangerous free kick upcoming for Real Madrid. And it is Mikel Ribas who commits the foul.
Yeah, he's way late here. He's arguing the toss with the referee, but he's very much in the wrong. Take a look. Lovely little kiss past him, and cannot run without his legs, so Ribas takes that alternative.
Alvaro Tejero on the receiving end of the foul. Again, the only Castilla player who starts today for Zinedine Zidane. The other 10 players, all with first-team contracts, including the 18-year-old Ashraf and the 20-year-old Vallejo. Making his debut, by the way, Jesus Vallejo. And going for goal, but on alert was Jordi Codina to gather up.
A good attempt. This is going for that near top corner, and just doesn't get his azimuth angles right there. Good attempt, good turn. He'll stay in.
And Johnny won't get there in time. It's a throw for Real Madrid.
No leaving the grass long here either. Full respect from Fuenlabrada to Real Madrid, and as I said, no excuses for this playing surface. It's absolutely
Garcia commits the foul. So he rises above Lucas Vazquez. Lovely crest, isn't it? The Fuenlabrada.
It's got a lot going on in it, Andres. I'll tell you that. There's lions' heads, there's crowns.
I like the pitch at the bottom.
There's football pitches, there's castles. Everything.
Sent wide by Ribas.
Juventus J's in that badge, you know, the minimalist digital stuff. This is art.
Ceballos is art. Vallejo.
Sorry, Juve fans, but you know what I mean.
Through ball doesn't quite reach its intended target. Back the other way now is Hugo Fraile.
Think the day will ever come when Fuenlabrada changes that crest? I don't think so.
Cata Diaz finds Ribas. True to form, Fuenlabrada looking to play the ball out of the back. Decision has gone Fuenlabrada's way. So a throw for the whole side.
Dan seeing what he's known all of his career. There's no escalator to the stars. You've got to get the ladder out. You've got to climb up rung by rung. Especially in these games like this. It's set for an upset, and this team in blue showing that they have fangs and they've got a nice approach to the game.
Llorente. Lovely friendship off the pitch between Marcos Llorente and Luis Milla. Best friends in the Spanish capital. Today rivals in this Copa del Rey match. Here's Ashraf. Has Asensio on his right.
Touch. Cover.
From Armando Lozano, the former Barcelona B defender.
New York Red Bulls lad as well.
19 games in Major League Soccer for the Red Bulls back in 2014. Ashraf. Llorente leans on Ceballos.
Sweet player, this lad on the ball for me.
Asensio. Ashraf combining with Lucas Vazquez. Lovely triangles from Real Madrid.
Llorente again. He's already played 6 times for Real Madrid, and for me, Andres, he's the one that's been a little bit unsung in a lot of quarters. So really bright player, intelligent, and really picks out his passes beautifully. Llorente.
Here's Lucas Vazquez. Again, it's Llorente. Quick ball movement from Real Madrid. Ceballos sends it wide. Hedos cross in toward the penalty spot, dealt with big center back Lozano. Dribbling himself into trouble here. Fraile has to lean back on Codina.
Not much joy coming Real Madrid's way on the aerial attack, especially with Cata Diaz and Armando Lozano in that pivotal central defensive situation.
Borja Mayoral. find his way into this match. The center forward for Real Madrid, Luis Milla, now turning defense into attack. Fraile, the cleanest of passes, but it's made its way to Miguel Angel, forced to retreat all the way back to Jordi Codina. Antonio Calderon, totally transforming this side last season after taking over in October. Manager who wants a team to have possession, wants them to keep the ball and know how to use it well. Llorente skipping past the challenge of Miguel Angel. Tejero.
Mayoral wanted that little dagger ball played into him after that good.
Ceballos into the area. It's Cata Diaz who puts in the block. Llorente. Asensio. Against Ceballos. Lovely through ball for Marco Asensio, trying to square it in. Well read by Cata Diaz, and a goal kick for Codina.
They're starting to get the message now, this Real Madrid side, that if they're going to get through this defence and this nicely controlled midfield of Fuenlabrada, they're going to have to play that little dagger ball a little earlier to find the two men up front, Mayoral and Asensio. Asensio making some good runs, but the ball not played into the passing lanes for him.
A small pitch, the small stadium, but a beautiful ground. And today, 7,500 people packed to capacity for the first time in the stadium's history. Usually for a big match, they'll get somewhere around 2,500, maybe 3,000. This is Real Madrid paying a visit. Idibas over the top to find Danny Fernandez working against Nacho. Fernandez against Fernandez.
Did well.
Tejero coming across the pressure, and it's a corner kick
Clever
for
play.
Fuenlabrada.
Inviting the challenge, being the ricochet off his shins. That's the corner. And the arrival of the big Doc Cranes. Cata Diaz and Armando Lozano.
Second corner kick of the match for Fuenlabrada. The first produced that Miguel Angel header. It was saved by Kiko Casilla.
Not much of a step back to get onto this ball either.
Held swinger, edge of the 6. Armando is there, just taken away by Llorente.
He's unlucky.
Kiko Casilla.
He is unlucky, Armando. He's just a boot length away from making contact on this. He gets a little fortunate with it as it drops right here, but right there, there's a chance, and that's good defending in the end by Llorente.
Just poking out. Have another look.
See, Marcos Llorente just gets enough on it. Wow. Another rattling of the cage from the underdogs.
Fuenlabrada now with one more shot than Real Madrid. And the only shot on target. Listening to Antonio Calderon speak ahead of this match, he was insisting that they weren't going to change their approach against Real Madrid. Many managers who say that, but it's often lip service and sometimes forced to change their approach just by the sheer power of clubs like Madrid, but holding their own Fuenlabrada in the early going. Vallejo was there. This is Juan Quero. Continues his run, but there's Llorente, ever present for Real Madrid. Nicely done by Armando, who finds Luis Milla. Cata Diaz sends it wide for Idibas. Danny Fernandez. A lovely skill from Fernandez, threaded through. It's Nacho.
First stop. Gets spotted by Real Madrid. They've got to have some ability. He's shown it in flashes here tonight. The number 10 for the Blues.
Ashraf crossed in toward the penalty spot. Picked up by Dioni. Miguel Angel.
Lovely.
Excellent ball by Quero into the midfield, but Dioni struggled to control as Ceballos closed down with help from Llorente. Line-splitting pass for Asensio. Here's Lucas Vasquez. Crossed in back post. Cata Diaz doing what he does best. Now Danny Fernandez. Sloppy pass intended for Dioni. One back by Llorente. Half hour played in Fuenlabrada. It's Fuenla 0, Real Madrid 0. Lucas Vasquez skipping past the challenger Miguel Angel into stride for Ashraf, back into the box. And dealt with by Armando. Lovely chip again from Quero. Rather, Fraile. This is Quero. Ceballos pulled back. Now the center back, Lozano.
Armando Lozano got out of that situation very well, coming out of his back line. Good, quick, neat feet for the 32-year-old, the ex-Red Bulls man. New York Red Bulls.
Yeah, there's quite a few now, aren't there?
Yeah.
Lucas Vasquez. Here's
Always in
Nacho.
the heat of controversy as well, more times than not. Andres, Leipzig, drawing the eye out of a lot of fans in Germany.
Misplaced pass that leads to a throw-in now for Fuenlabrada.
Just do it a different way. A lot of people don't like that disruption to the tradition of the German clubs being owned by all of the spectators, of course. And the German press are calling them the can carriers.
You have to tell me how to say that in German.
Yeah.
Nacho sent wide. Here's Tejero. For Ceballos in the midfield.
Half an hour in, Andres. A lot of people wouldn't have expected this scoreline. And Real Madrid starting to get a little bit more synchronised and better movement up front. But and lads at the back are taking care of business.
Hernandez not able to
nice
collect.
pass. This
beautiful ball in for Quero. They've got help.
Oh!
Vallejo intercepts as Diony was making the run.
Well, he let himself down there. Juan Quero needed to be played into that space. He didn't need to be that accurate. The space behind Diony was begging.
Plenty of space here for Ashraf, but a heavy touch, and Cata Diaz gets it out.
And so many times before, that man coming on his cavalry horse. Wonderful rescue again.
Llorente gathers up. Rolled back for Nacho.
Still searching for the skeleton key to unpick the lock of this team. Instant pressure applied. They're not getting much time on the ball. And even when they get space and time away, they haven't been able to pick the right pass.
Ashraf.
Real Madrid, look out.
Cross is chipped in. Cata Diaz everywhere inside of the area. Sent back by Vallejo. This is Llorente. Tried to keep it in play, but it just got away from him. A throw in for Fuenla. In their second place in the Segunda B, Group 1. The same group that Real Madrid's Castilla team plays in, as well as Atletico Madrid B. And some of these Real Madrid starters today not too far removed from their days with Castilla.
Yeah, on the bench as well, Andres. There's none of the big glamour boys on the bench to come in to rescue Real Madrid here tonight, so...
Here's Ceballos.
Quality is there, of course.
Tejero. Esteo in front, back for Ceballos, measuring up from distance. No opening for the shot, leans back on Llorente. They're struggling to find Borja Mayoral. This is Tejero.
A little bit more energetic for me. In some of the darting runs, they invite the pass. Got to have a target or a space to hit. Being a little bit too static up front.
Plenty of space here for Llorente after a flick from Ceballos. Borja sends it wide for Ashraf, able to keep it in play for Lucas Vasquez.
Oh, well played.
Can be electric here, Lucas Vasquez. Fair challenge in the view of Iglesias Villanueva. It's one back via Asensio and flung over the top. Marcos Llorente with a crack on goal.
Well, not really on goal though, this one, is it? And he should have done way better. That looked like a foul to me, but play on. And then here, got a clear look at his target. Have a look.
Well, to be fair, Luis Milla doesn't move.
Right.
Iglesias Villanueva in a very good position.
As if he's got his legs taken, but in replay, the referee had a clear look at it. Nicely refed. Right on top of the
pass for
action.
Fraile. And he gets away from Fraile. 10 minutes left in this opening 45, and it's been a nice open game between two teams that are showing off some real technical ability. Ceballos.
Yeah, it has. The approach from both teams has been, well, probably as impressive as it can be. Real Madrid certainly knitting their passes together, but no penetration yet. And the opportunities that Fuenlabrada have had, Andres, have really had clearer opportunities to make more of it than what Real Madrid has. But that final pass lacking for the Blues.
Lucas Vasquez looked a good tackle. That's been whistled as a foul. Fuenla will get a free kick from midfield.
See by on Lucas Vasquez's face, pushing. Again, clear look at by the referee, right down the barrel. Sees nothing.
There's no question about contact. It just doesn't look like the contact is initiated by Luis Milla.
Right. As he step into the tackle, stands his ground, and Lucas runs into the target.
For a pass from Ceballos is intercepted, and now Dioni back the other way with Quero on the near side. Hernandez. Mikel Ribas is giving it away. Strong in midfield, Miguel Angel. An imposing figure as well, the teenager.
Working hard to frustrate Real Madrid, this team in blue. How long can they keep it up? The class usually will come through eventually. But they're really making a good alley fight of this game, and not making it into a broken bottle edge about them either. It's always good pressing. They look very, very organized under Antonio Calderon, and the dependability and the experience of these lads at the back, they're just mopping up. They haven't been able to turn them around. There's no space behind them to exploit. They've got to do it a little bit more intricacy downstairs for me, Andres. Real Madrid have got to go at them with the type of high-class caliber that they have, but they haven't been putting it together as a team in the business end of the pitch. It's been good going up to that point, but no invention. Very little.
A few times they have gotten in wide behind the likes of Fran Garcia or Mikel Ribas. You've seen Lozano and Cata Diaz plug the hole.
Mop it up, yep. Nothing upstairs. It doesn't look like they're going to get. And you would have thought with the type of players like Ceballos and certainly Lucas Vasquez and Asensio, that they would have been able to at least open up and warm the hands of Jordi Cordina.
Here's Ashraf. Poked free by Fran Garcia. But into the midfield for Llorente to win it back. Tejero flying forward. Lucas Vasquez rolls it back. Here's Asensio. Stardust at his feet, Marco Asensio. Catapulted into the area. Tejero making the run, but could not adjust in time to throw in for Fuenla from deep.
Frustrating night for the boss.
A rare sight as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Usually looks to have the patience of a monk.
You'll hear it. It won't be Monk's language when he gets in that locker room. I'll tell you that.
This is Nacho. To his center back partner Vallejo. Plenty of touches for Ashraf on the near side. Asensio. Vallejo. Mentioned they were the best team in the group by a long way the second half of last season in the Segunda B. They reached the playoff for the first time in their history. Flirted with going into the Segunda, but they were beaten by Villanovense 2-0 on aggregate. Ashraf's cross is blocked. A bit unfortunate as well, Ray. Both goals were scored from the penalty spot by Villanovense, one in each. Villanovense, I should say, one in each of those two legs. And the team that did win the group, Albacete, who were ultimately promoted, well, Fuenla went to visit them back in March, and they put 4 past them in a 4-0 win. Good interception by Llorente. This is Lucas Vasquez. Blocked by Luis Milla. Corner kick for Real Madrid. It's their first.
Great opportunity for these blue shirts as well to put themselves in the big shop window. This game being televised throughout Spain, of course. Always a good way of making a name for yourself against Real Madrid.
Up into the edge of the 6, it nearly falls for Nacho. Poked back Llorente. Most threatening attack from Real Madrid today. Ceballos. Lovely stuff from Ashraf, but given away by Ceballos to Quero. And there's the Castilla man, Tejero, to win it back. Jorge Mayoral. Llorente. Four minutes left to play in first half regulation. No breakthrough yet. Fuenlabrada 0, Real Madrid 0. Here come the merengues once more with Ashraf. Well-read pass. Maybe a fullback Fran Garcia. Luis Milla misplaces his. After flirting with promotion last year, Fuenlabrada went out and got stronger over the offseason. Picking up the likes of Armando Lozano, the former Barcelona B player under Luis Enrique. Danny Fernandez, brought in on loan from Real Madrid. And Cata Diaz from Getafe with all of that La Liga experience under his belt. Ceballos last to touch this, a throw in for Fuenla. Zidane's got a puzzle on his hands. Not quite as big as the one Antonio Calderon has to sort out.
Calderon is Fuenlabrada coach, and as I said, interesting career both as a player and as a coach. Wraith Rovers of Scotland being a part of it. It was pretty amazing that he played at Wraith Rovers and Kilmarnock at the end of his career, and then went back to Scotland to start his coaching. Pretty amazing.
Free kick for Fuenla, and it's Luis Milla standing over it. Flung in, Kiko Casillas out to meet it. Cata Diaz rising, but it's the goalkeeper who collects. It's a good backup goalkeeper that Real Madrid have. Kiko Casilla might be the cup keeper anyway if Keylor Navas was fit, but former starter at Espanyol. Very capable. Could be a starting goalkeeper for Real Madrid.
Certainly, and they've got another good young player in Moja Ramos on the bench.
Starting to see more and more of Moja with Keylor injured.
Yep.
Here's Ceballos making inroads for Lucas Vazquez, scooped into the area. Rolled back for Asensio.
Good play.
And it's Ceballos right where it all started.
Pressure instantly applied. Bottleneck.
Switch off very well is what you see there between Luis Milla and Miguel Angel. Communication in defense from the Fuenla midfielders.
Maybe a little bravery needs to come out the white shirts in terms of having a pot-shotted goal.
Good ball for Lucas Vazquez. Sent in. Cata Diaz, acrobatic.
Here you go.
Miguel Angel who gets it out. Flung in off the crossbar from Llorente.
Well, just as I was suggesting for the white shirts to be a little braver, Llorente says, do you mean like this? Wonderful strike, and that's a great save from Codina. Jordi rises beautifully. Llorente knocks a snot out of this. Beautiful volley, and that is a great save onto the bar.
What a hit from the defensive midfielder, Marcos Llorente.
Wonderful technique.
Second corner kick for Real Madrid. Knocking on the door now, Los Blancos. Produced plenty of danger last corner. This one near post. Miguel Angel goes to ground to meet it. And finally putting out the fire was Armando. Final seconds of first half regulation. Asensio, it just poked free, fired on target. Codina spills it from Borja, but collects on the bounce.
Strikes through this one nicely. Does it take a little deflection on the way to the goalkeeper?
Perhaps from
Cata
Cata
Diaz,
Diaz.
just enough, maybe with his bum cheek, as he reaches in there and took the pace off that hit from Boa Mayoral.
With just 1 minute added on, we're playing till at least the end of the 46th, and here come Fuenlabrada with Fran Garcia. Scooped into the area, no one making the run at the back post. Well over the top of Danny Fernandez.
Well, Marcus Llorente will get the highlight reel for Real Madrid, but I tell you what, people, you take a look at that save that denied Borja Mayoral. It was Marcus Llorente, excuse me. That was an absolutely top-class save.
Strong defending with a foul whistled against Mikel Ribas. Another dangerous free kick for Real Madrid. And Ribas has a few words for Theo Hernandez. It was Borja who was on the receiving end of the foul. And there's why Ribas was taking some exception. It is a foul. And he felt he was already going to ground. Had some interesting results in the first legs of the Copa del Rey round of 32. Halftime approaching. We'll run through a few of those, including Atletico Madrid. Toe on the wall for Jordi Codina. As you rightly point out, maybe the highlight of the match, his save against Marcos Llorente's volley. Asensio bends it in, edge of the 6, and it's Luis Milla to head it away. Now Lucas Vazquez has that effort blocked. That's the end of the opening 45. Fuenlabrada 0, Real Madrid 0.
Fizzy Fuenlabrada. They have been throwing down a gauntlet to Real Madrid. They haven't had the quality or the class up front that the Royal Whites do. But Jordi Codina, it was, that came up like a big red octopus and says, you shall not be denied. Ex-Real Madrid Castilla goalkeeper to his old teammates. Do you remember me?